Hey folks, John Becker here, State Representative from Clermont County, 65th House District for part two of today's Columbus Day video. And today is October the 12th, 2020. So I want to talk about Governor DeWine and how we got to where we are today. This is just kind of a review video. So first off, this whole thing started back in March with the COVID-19. There's a whole lot of unknowns at that time. There's still some unknowns today, but we know a lot more today than we did then. So the governor began shutting down the economy, and he shut down the election. That was literally hours before the polls were going to open. Claiming he didn't actually cancel the election. That would be illegal. He instead said he was just going to close all the polling locations so nobody could vote that day, and somehow that's different than canceling an election. Regardless, the General Assembly then met, and I guess it was later in March or in April, and we bailed out the governor and the people of Ohio that were disenfranchised and didn't get to vote, and then we extended the voting period so they could continue with the absentee voting through late April. So everybody was at least had the opportunity to vote, but there was still a number of people disenfranchised because of some misinformation that came out about a June 2nd election day. Anyway, a lot of crazy stuff that had been occurring is continuing to occurring. But at least early on, when the governor was talking about flattening the curve, well, at least it made sense. The issue was, hey, we're concerned about the hospitals being overwhelmed, and there's only so much capacity to go around. So it turned out that wasn't a problem, at least not in Ohio, but it was a legitimate concern. So whether shutting down everything or not was legal, which it wasn't, at least it made sense. What's been going on ever since is it's not only not legal, it also doesn't make sense either. So we've had this issue with moving goalposts, and they've been continuing to move all along, and now these goalposts are when there's a vaccine and like half the population has had the vaccine, then the governor will take his boot off of the throat of the economy and allow Ohioans to be free again. Well, so there's been a number of us in the legislature that has been trying to stop him. We've had a lot of legislation that has been introduced and moved forward to some extent. The governor has vetoed some of that. He has promised to veto anything else that diminishes his power. Unfortunately, we don't have the votes to override those vetoes. So the governor has continued to get away with being imperial and his dictatorial powers. So I came out with impeachment. We only need 50 votes for impeachment in the House, and then of course 2/3 in the Senate. And then the Speaker squashed that effort, and that's unfortunate. And a lot of my colleagues were saying, hey, there's no criminal charges. I pushed back saying, well, impeachments in the past throughout Ohio history, there's never been criminal charges. It's obviously not a requirement. So I came up with criminal charges, actually 10 of them, and I could have come up with more, frankly. So what I put forward was something called a private citizen affidavit. I did that in Clermont County. It was immediately shot down by the prosecutor, which wasn't legal either because there's a felony involved. He has to, at a minimum, launch an investigation. So what I did after that was what's called a writ of mandamus, or requesting one. And that is currently being reviewed or in front of the 12th District Court of Appeals. So if that's successful, then the Clermont County prosecutor will be ordered to either arrest the governor or launch an investigation into the charges. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, that's just Clermont County. This private citizen affidavit can be done in all 88 counties across Ohio. And so far, it has been done in 5 counties that I know of. So it's Clermont, Montgomery, Miami, Wood, and Lake counties are the 5 so far. I have reason to believe from a number of people that have reached out to me that maybe by the end of this coming week there might be a dozen more counties on that list where these have been filed. And in addition to that dozen, I've had inquiries from people from another dozen counties around the state. So, in short order, in the next couple of weeks, we could have these private citizen affidavits filed in half of the counties in Ohio. So that would be great. I do want to see them get filed in all 88 counties. So there's no cost to doing this. You don't need an attorney. My contact information is at the end of this video, so please reach out to me if I can do anything to help. And that is my update for today. This concludes the part 2 of the video for Columbus Day. And again, this is John Becker, State Representative from Clermont County. Have a great day. Bye-bye.